Dear students, myself Raghuvan sir extends the chapter The French Revolution. In this part, we will discuss about the directory rules in France. The Reign of Terror came to an end with the execution of Robespierre. The National Convention framed a new constitution on October 1795. The new constitution provided two elected legislative councils. They, in turn, appointed a directory, an executive made up of 5 members known as directors. The system was adopted as a safeguard against the concentration of powers in one-man executive. However, there were frequent clashes between the legislature and the executive. The directory thus became very unpopular because of its inefficiency and corruption. The administration had become very loose and lives of the people had become very miserable. In such situations, the people began to look for a strong and brave leader who could provide them an efficient government, prosperity, and victory against their enemies. It was at this juncture that Napoleon Bonaparte, a general in the French army, got an opportunity to overthrow Directory through a coup in 1799. Napoleon Bonaparte provided a stable government to France, and later he himself became the emperor. Later, he began to exercise unlimited powers and became the dictator of France. Thus, he ruled as an emperor from 1804 to 1814 AD. He was finally defeated in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 AD and imprisoned in the island of St. Helena, where he died a few years later in 1821. Thus, the French Revolution, which began in 1789 AD, also came to an end. Still, in spite of all these, Napoleon was seen as a modernizer of Europe. He introduced many laws such as the protection of private property and uniform system of weights and measures provided by the decimal system. Many people saw him as a liberator who would bring freedom for the people. Now, students, we would like to discuss about the participation of women in the French Revolution. Under the topic, Did Women Have a Revolution? From the very beginning, women in France were active participants in the events which brought about so many important changes in French society. It is said that when the men were busy fighting at the front, the women took up responsibility of earning the livelihood and taking care of their families. They worked as seamstresses or laundresses, sold flowers, fruits, and vegetables at the market, or were employed as domestic servants in the houses of prosperous or rich people. Their wages were lower than those of men. A large number of women attacked the royal palace at Versailles on the 5th October 1789. They broke open the gates, entered the palace, and looted it. To raise their voice, women started their own political clubs and newspapers. About 60 women's clubs came up in different French cities. The Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was the most famous of them. They demanded the same political rights as men. women were disappointed when the Constitution of 1791 reduced them to passive citizens. So, they continued to demand the right to vote, to be elected to the assembly, and to hold political office. As a result, the revolutionary government introduced laws to improve the lives of women. Together with the creation of state schools, schooling was made compulsory for all girls. Now, their fathers could no longer force them into marriage against their will. Marriage was made into a contract entered into freely and registered under civil law. Divorce was made legal and could be applied for by both women and men. Women could now train for jobs, could become artists, or run a small business. During the Reign of Terror, many restrictions were put on women's political activities and their clubs were closed. Many prominent women were arrested and a number of them executed. Besides all these, women's movements for voting rights and equal wages continued through the next 200 years in many countries of the world. Finally, it was in 1946 that the French women won the right to vote. Now students, that's all for today. See you in the next video. Thanks.